Okay. What up, Keon?
How's it going?
It's going all right. I always struggle with this person's name, and I feel really bad, but I'm going to try my best. Shout out to Ira Garora. Does that sound right to you? Garora?
Yeah, from what I've seen on Twitter.
Yeah, she works for The Athletic. I think she worked for the Daily Bruin. She's been pretty active lately on Twitter. So she put up a tweet pointing out that in his latest YouTube video, Cash Peterman, for those who don't know who that is, that's a backup kicker on UCLA's current roster who runs a pretty successful YouTube channel, I'd say. I think he's got like 100,000 subscribers. I haven't really been watching his content. I don't really need much more like what's the word? I don't need much more access to this team than I already do. But in this new YouTube video, he apparently debuted/leaked a new UCLA football helmet. Keon, let's play that audio clip.
We gotta grab a helmet for making videos. First time anyone's ever seen this light blue UCLA helmet. It's not done yet, but you'll see it in the future.
All right. So what Cash just showed there, because I know you guys can't see it, it was a matte blue. That looked matte to you, right?
Yep.
It's like a matte powder blue helmet with a gray face mask. No decals or script on the side or anything like that. Just a blank light blue helmet. Curious what your initial thoughts are on that.
You know, the first thing I thought of when I saw the color was the throwback uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, I think that would look terrible with a powder blue jersey and a powder blue matte helmet. So I have really no idea where this could go, to be honest with you, because it's not really a UCLA blue color we've seen before these throwbacks.
Yeah. I think either he's kind of like clickbaiting or in a way trolling, or there might just be some other use for the helmet, you know, for like a mannequin or just something stupid. I mean, here's my take. If this is for like an upcoming surprise alternate, first off, that's a crazy way to disclose that to the public. You know, that's a wild way
the
to
backup kicker's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
No shade. His YouTube is bigger than ours.
Yeah. No, the guy does a good job. I'm not really familiar with his game, but let's say it is an alternate uniform. Like, can we push it to next year, right? You know, come on.
You got to.
Let's not do alternates this year. Like people forget. So for the 50-0 game against USC in 2011, we wore those all white. We now call them the surrender whites. Those are pretty cool uniforms if you look at it objectively. If you look at photos of it, they're clean ass uniforms. If it was any other game, they'd be great. But they were worn when we lost 50-0, and those are now like unequivocally the worst uniforms in Bruin history. So, like, let's not play around with uniforms when we're in all likelihood going 0-12. Just seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also just pulled up the rest of our home, because I assume you do it at a home game.
Yeah.
Rest of the home schedule, obviously Penn State this weekend, which it's too late for that. Maryland is the homecoming game, which I believe they are wearing the throwbacks for that game.
Did they? Is that was the thing that's announced and everything?
I feel like I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. I remember it was mentioned that those are coming back.
Yeah, they were pretty well received from what I remember.
Yeah.
I liked them.
I think those should, even if we do add an additional alternate on top of them, I think just because it's like at this point kind of integrated into UCLA's like uniform like lineup, that should be a once a year uniform. You know?
Yeah.
Because
totally fine.
I don't really consider that an alternate. It's just kind of like one of the UCLA uniforms that should just kind of come out every year.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I think it's great for the homecoming game because it's throwback vibes and you kind of have a throwback game, and I think it's great in that spot. The rest of the home games are Nebraska and Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have to be one of those two, and obviously, like, we're not going to beat either of those teams.
I say we push at least to next year when there's a new coach and there's some hype. Like, dude, if I'm Nike, I mean, when they run these alternate uniforms, I mean, it's a business and they're trying to sell merch. They're trying to sell new, like jerseys and just hats and shirts. You know, you brand the crap out of it. You sell a bunch of new merch because they're cool and exciting. I mean, if I'm looking at this team and the rest of the schedule and the attendance, you know, what a waste of an effort that would be to roll that out. Do you know how long it's been? Do you know how long it's been since UCLA's last alternate?
Before, I assume you mean before the throwbacks.
Yeah. I don't. Like a true like.
I'm gonna say 2016. Josh Rosen. Was
Close.
it the black uniforms? No.
No.
That was the navy blues.
Yeah, it was 2017 Military
Okay.
Appreciation Night with Mike Fayfall at the helm. It was cool in theory. They were like all navy. They had UCLA in like stencil font on like the chest.
I remember these. Yeah.
And like like military number font, and then navy helmet and like an American flag face mask. I mean, Jim Morris sure loved him some military uniforms, bro.
Yeah. Listen, the helmet with the UCLA American flag
Really
looks sick.
The navy one or the gold one? Because we did two.
The navy one I really like.
I like
the
gold
face mask.
We played Oregon State in 2015, which also I think a road alternate's pretty cool. We wore our all whites with just the standard navy numbers, and then the script on the side of the helmet had an American flag in it, and then we had like for like our sleeves and like our towels and shit, it was all like kind of like a beige desert camo. It just looked really cool. There was a lot of really good alternate uniforms under Jim Moore. I mean, you mentioned the black one with Rosen.
Yep.
There were a couple.
Was the black one the Navy SEAL one? The Frogman?
There were two that year, and the only difference in them was that the Navy SEAL one had on one side of the helmet the bone frog decal.
Yeah.
Which is like a nod to like the frogman, which is like the term that the SEALs refer to themselves as. That was really cool. Terrible. We lost that fucking game, dude. That was my freshman year, and we played Washington State. It was a close game. They dropped it at the end because we couldn't play defense that season despite just absurd talent. That was kind of like the hallmark of those later Mora teams. Even like his good ones. Way too much talent on the defensive side of the ball to be as porous as those defenses were. I'm trying to think of what other... we had an all-white against Colorado in 2017. Those were really cool.
Yeah. Adidas did a decent... I mean, 2017's Under Armour, but...
No, sorry. Then I was wrong. That was 2016 because it was Adidas.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, Adidas did for all the flack Adidas got, I was kind of an Adidas guy kind of when I started at UCLA. I think you were too, Ross.
I was Adidas. Yep.
Yeah. I liked it. It has a little bit of a nostalgia factor for me.
Oh, absolutely. Adidas get a lot of their flack is deserved. They had, it was, I think what turned a lot of people off with the Adidas thing was the shoulder stripe debacle. People don't realize that haven't been following the team for that long. It was like UCLA fans on social media, or back then it was kind of just like blogs.
The forums, yeah.
People wouldn't shut the fuck up about how the Adidas shoulder stripe did not go all the way down. Jim Moore was making comments about it, saying like, well, with the technology that Adidas uses, the paneling, they actually can't reach all the way down. So we're working on it. It was like this big shit. So that's why I feel like a lot of UCLA fans, like a lot of the old heads hated Adidas, but no, the alternates were pretty cool. They had some misses, but Nike has done not a single thing but the throwback.
Speaking about the throwback jerseys, we're 2-0 in them.
Yeah.
So it would be really funny if we beat Maryland and like that's the only uniform we can win in.
Yeah.
Because we beat Colorado, homecoming game the first time they were debuted, and then obviously Iowa last year.
Yep. And then they had those cool like white diamond end zones. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was
cool.
sick.
We're actually in this century in that uniform. We are 3-1. We wore them in 2009 against Washington for homecoming. Beat Washington, and then we lost to USC at the Coliseum that year. I want to say that game was. I'm gonna go 24/7. Can you fact check me on that one?
We wore throwbacks in a USC game.
Mm-hmm.
That's absurd. Yeah,
You know,
I believe you. I mean, I would have been what like 8, maybe. When was that? What year?
That was 2009.
Okay, so yeah, I would be 9 or 10. So maybe just.
What, you don't like the idea of the throwbacks in the SC game?
No, I think it's a sacred home jersey
Well,
thing.
they were blue. They were
Yes.
blue, so it was doing the home and home thing. But that was the first time after Carroll and Neuheisel restored the blue and red thing in 2008.
Right.
And then UCLA goes to SC that year, and they were these alternates, kind of the throwbacks, and people were like, okay. And then the next year takes place in 2010. SC wears their reds, cool. Then the following year, it's UCLA's second chance at this, and then they come out in the all whites. And it's like, why are we so afraid to just commit to this fucking thing? Like, credit to SC, they're doing it. They're wearing the red, and now we've kind of worn these like powders, and then we wore all white. It's like, what? And then we got spanked. So since then, no more games. It's been all blue.
Yeah, and maybe it's because it's the only thing we really have in the national media. Whenever it is the UCLA USC game, everybody's just like, "Gosh, it's the best uniform matchup in sport." And
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah, it really is. They can never take that away from us. Unless
We
you're
said we have nothing to talk about. We talked about uniforms for 12 minutes.
Is it pretty obvious that we're just doing anything we can to not talk about this current football team? I guess now we will. Yeah, fun's over. UCLA lost to Northwestern on Saturday. Score of 17-14 in Tim Skipper's debut as interim head coach. This was without a doubt, looking at the schedule, UCLA's last realistic chance at winning a football game, and now 0-12. I would say that, whatever ESPN percentages are out there, I would say that those would agree with me that this is far more likely an 0-12 season than not. I'm sure you could pull that up.
Yeah, I mean, the win total has to be like 0.3 or something.
Yeah.
And that's being wishful.
Yeah. I think kind of the most daunting part of all of this is it's easy to forget. UCLA just got through, hands down, its easiest stretch in the schedule. And it's not even close. Like, I know this season kind of feels like it's been going on for like years at this point, but it's crazy. We're 4 games in, and we're really just getting started. This Saturday is obviously Penn State, and then there's also at Ohio State, which we've talked about, at Indiana, who just hung 60 on the team that beat SC, and then at USC. So it's only going to get a lot harder. And then to add to this. To take it a step further, the transfer portal window is now, or the red shirt situation now takes effect. So it's been 4 games.
Right.
Now is the time when UCLA players that want to redshirt this year can still do so. So I haven't heard any reports of any kind of mass exodus of players, but in a disaster scenario this upcoming week, if UCLA loses too many players that decide to redshirt and transfer out of UCLA, which it still can. Personally, not to put it into the air, I don't see why several players wouldn't at least consider it. So, I mean, a disaster scenario would be that UCLA loses so many players to the transfer portal via the redshirt situation that it literally could not field a team. Although by now it's end of day Monday. I feel like we probably would have heard some serious rumblings that there was that we were bracing for that kind of departure, but I haven't heard of that. So hopefully not. I mean, at this point, I don't even really care. If UCLA didn't field a team and we just kind of focus our efforts on firing Martin Jarman and getting a new head coach, then I'm kind of all for it.
Yeah.
I mean, what's better, going 0-4 and canceling the season, or going 0-12? That's a good. That's a hotline question.
But does that guarantee we're going to fire 0-4 and guaranteed fire Martin Jarman?
If you have to cancel. Keon, if you cancel the football season because you can't field the team because it was so bad they all left, and you don't fire the AD, then I am sprinting onto the 405.
Yeah. I mean, hey, maybe that just goes to my my lack of trust in this whole situation. Yeah.
And I guess to go back to Northwestern, I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse. We all know this team is very, very bad. And there's really just not that much to say that hasn't already been just extensively covered by us. Like, the defense can't contain. They could not stop the run. I want to say Northwestern might have rushed for just under 200 yards, like right at the 200 mark. We finally got a Quasi Gilmer highlight.
Oh, yeah. About time.
I would say that touchdown pass was probably the highlight of the season so far. Offense, defense, or anything. I mean, really good.
The only time, I cheered about anything.
Yeah, it was a really good pass by Nico. That was all in all, good drive. That's kind of I think we got a 2-point conversion right after that. Mm-hmm. Made it a 3-point game? Yeah.
3-point game, yeah.
Made a 3-point game. That was probably the most fun and exciting 4 or 5 minutes of football we've had all season here at the end of week 4. But, I mean, that ended real hard. That died hard in those closing minutes, bro. What was it? We had two separate 2-minute offense situations, right? So we get the ball inside our own 10, 3 and out.
Yep.
Punt it, use all timeouts, get the ball back. And in that first 3 and out, there was a total botching of game management. I want to say we didn't leverage the 2-minute timeout whatsoever.
Nope.
Really, just bad coaching by Sinceri. Punt it away, get the ball back, and then the play calling on that final one was just horrendous.
Mind-boggling.
Like a backwards pass. None of it made
flea
sense.
flicker or something.
Was there a trick play? I don't really remember. I guess I should probably read up on this before doing the fucking podcast. But you guys have to remember, covering this team and trying to keep fresh, original content and things to say might be the hardest job in sports media of any kind right now.
And it's not our full-time job.
Yeah, this is freelance
passion project.
Actually, I lose money making this annually.
Yep.
So excuse the shit out of me for not knowing what bullshit Tino Sinceri was calling in this final 2-minute series. There's no real football season right now. Like, nothing really matters. Just if you go on UCLA social media, like almost exclusively the talks are about firing the athletic director. You know, I mean, I was able to head down to Westwood was that Friday morning?
Yeah.
I was able to get eyes on the truck billboard in Westwood. Wish it would have included a picture of his face, I will say. The black screen with the white text was underwhelming.
And there was a lot of text.
There was a lot of text. It felt kind of boomerish.
Yeah. It was like you're reading a caption.
Yeah, like we get it. Also, there was like a Deshaun apologist message on the back saying, Deshaun's, I'm like, you know what? I'm not kissing anybody's ass right now. He got paid. He's gone.
Time for that.
Let's move on. He'll be all right. But, I mean, hey, message sent. It was kind of picked up by the media. It was picked up by us on Twitter. Bruin Report retweeted and used it in their article, which is pretty cool. But nothing like ESPN. Here's the thing, though. I haven't gotten really a recent update on the plane for this Saturday. Mm-hmm. But my buddy Cooper, shout out to Cooper, I don't know if he listens. He brought up a good point. He's like, the plane has to fly Saturday because that for sure will make ESPN. That'll make national news. He's saying that if we don't fire him now, there's a chance that this committee with Wasserman and company, let's say they pull Jed Fish, best case scenario. That is massive, massive cushion that he's going to lean into. In that the Morgan Center's going to say, oh, well, you know, he made a good hire. And then basketball season comes around, and Mick and Donovan Dent take care of business. Let's say they make the Final Four. Then we're stuck with the guy.
Yes, absolutely.
So now is kind of the time where get the plane in the sky for Penn State.
Yeah, you put the foot on the neck a little right here.
Not a little. You get
even more, yeah.
Get a giant, like a 6-foot axe. Yeah. Has to happen.
I was going to bring up some. Sorry.
Go for it.
If you want to keep talking about, I was just going to bring up some Penn State stats.
Go for it.
So I was reading up a little on this matchup. I mean, some interesting stats. Nico is out-throwing Drew Aller so far, just purely in terms of yards this year.
Did you see Drew Aller's DMs with that girl? Is that real?
Before the season one? It came out before the season?
I don't know when they came out, but kid's got some. This is a PG podcast, kind of. Boy, that guy's crazy. But continue.
I was going to say, Nico has 788 passing yards for 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. And Drew Aller has 763 passing yards.
That's crazy.
For 6 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So he has more touchdowns and less interceptions, but he also has less yards.
When did those yards get registered?
No idea, but they're, mainly to Quasi Gilmer, who is out receiving Penn State's number 1 receiver, Trevor Pena.
I mean, Penn State, that was their first test, was Oregon. And they had, granted, the second half turned into an exciting game, but they had 3 points in that first half.
Yeah. But I just know, I feel like Drew Aller going into the season, everybody was like, oh, he's the best quarterback in the nation. He might be one of the top draft picks. So I don't know.
I'm so
it's
surprised.
It's just surprising that an 0-4 team, worst team in the country, QB is out throwing the 3-1, 7th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions.
I remember Penn State fans hated Drew Aller last year. So I'm surprised to hear that there was so much ass kissing of him going into this year. I mean, he didn't look good against us at Penn State last season. So yeah, I think just it's a media darling, tall quarterback at Penn State who's ranked. This guy's good. He's not very good, clearly. But I don't. Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you want to guess what percent chance ESPN is giving us this game?
Oh, well, I know the spread is it's minus 28.5 Penn State.
Yeah, I think it's at 26 now.
Okay,
So
Keon.
they're giving us a little love.
Question for you, bro. You like money, like U.S. dollars?
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of it.
Of course. Yeah.
Hammer Penn State.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
It's like if you saw cash on the floor, would you pick it up?
Any UCLA fan ever that likes money is going, oh, what is this spread? That's legitimate free cash.
Yeah,
that might be that's gonna be the deficit in the halftime at best. Like I could not believe the spread. I was thinking it's gonna be like
50.
I mean, well,
45.
I mean, we're the home team, so there's that. But I was thinking,
Are we going to be the home team? On paper, we are.
well, I mean, Penn State's got to travel, so
Sure.
like they have the logistics that come with traveling that always it never helps, and it's a time zone and yada yada yada. I mean, it's gonna be like what 3? It's gonna be prime time for them.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 3 p.m. So that doesn't really matter. But still, like that's always incorporated into like the way these odds are set. But I was thinking it'd be not quite 40, but closer to 40. I was expecting like 10 more points. But
Yeah.
hey, man, I need to find a way to enjoy these losses. And I think a minus 28.5 point spread in favor of Penn State is a great way to take advantage of that and enjoy these games. So there's my
take it on Onyx.
There's my Onyx getting parlayed leg right there. What were you mentioning before that? Before the spread?
I was just saying ESPN's matchup predictor has UCLA at a 7% chance to beat Penn State. Do you want to guess what our lowest is? What are we at Ohio State?
That's already out.
Yeah, they have it for every game.
Oh my God!
It's so funny.
Is it 1, 2?
It's 1.4%.
Wow.
And then Indiana is something that's 1.9 for Indiana.
That makes the Penn State. I mean, I guess Penn State's coming off a loss, and we're at home, and that's what's kind of driving that. What do we do if we beat Penn State? Like, what happens?
Do you know the scene from Ricky Bobby where he's getting interviewed for the first time?
I
and
don't
he's like,
know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, or when the Batman, it's like I'm a dog and I caught a car. I don't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
I don't even know how I'd react. I'm like, it'd be such a influx of polarizing emotions. Like, what does this do for the Jarman situation? Does this make us a more attractive job? Are we going to get Jed Fish? Should I be happy? This is the biggest upset in the history of the program. What do? I don't know.
I think James Franklin gets fired if that happens.
No, that's actually a good point.
I think legitimately James Franklin loses his job after losing to Oregon, can't win a game, and then loses back-to-back.
Can you fire a guy that, I mean, they were not, I want to say they weren't a very good program when he took over, and he always has them no matter what his record is against elite teams.
Top 20 teams, yeah.
Yeah, top 20 teams call it. He constantly has them in the national picture. I'm not saying that that's their objective. They want to win national championships. But for a guy that's been doing that for so long over there, can you fire a guy 5 games in? Even if it's coming off of that just gut-wrenching loss at home to Oregon at the wideout, and then to the worst team in Big Ten history in UCLA, that's a good question. I wish we had run that on the hotline. Just a yes or no. Call, give me the prompt and say yes or no.
That's a big what if. I mean, the rest of their schedule isn't too favorable. They play at Ohio State and Indiana.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the rest of them they should beat, but those are 2 games that, big game James might fumble too.
Big game. Feel bad for the guy, man. That's tough. I will be tailgating this game.
Yep.
Just to disclose, I'll be in attendance. I am going to the game. This will be the first game I've gone to since Utah. Did not make the trip to UNLV, obviously. Did not go to Chicago, and I was not going to touch a Friday night game versus New Mexico. But I'll be back in attendance. I'm very curious because everyone's, it's going to be a Penn State takeover. I'm not saying there's going to be any UCLA fans at this game, but how many Penn State fans are traveling to go watch them play an 0-4 team? I mean, probably a decent amount, but I don't think it's going to be this like mass takeover like people are thinking. I could be wrong, but I'm curious as to how this one shakes out.
I just think there's a lot of Penn State fans already in Los Angeles and in Southern California that'll probably go.
That's normally what drives it. People just fucking live here.
Yep. And why wouldn't you? I mean, you don't want to live in Happy Valley.
And none of us live in Happy Valley, bro. College, what's it? State College? That's the actual name for it?
Yeah, State College.
Well, the tailgate should be exciting because I almost kind of want to like not check my phone and find out if the banner is or is not flying, because you can't fly over during the game. It's got to be before the game.
Right.
Because the Red Baron does laps and it provides air superiority at all times.
The B-2 bomber.
But it'll be exciting to, kind of set up shop. I'm going to get down there at 6:30 a.m., make some breakfast. That's the one thing that just, as long as, I guess I don't want to speak too soon because I put nothing past UCLA athletics at this point. But as of right now, as it stands, the one thing they can't take away from us is the tailgating. I still always enjoy myself when I'm down on the golf course. And I think 12:30 kickoffs for the extreme diehard fans are underrated, because watching the sunrise, if you get down there early enough on Brookside, is fantastic. Highly recommended. Do it at least once.
I might join you, actually. I don't think I've done a sunrise tailgate yet.
It's great. We brought the griddle a few times, but that was a while back. Now we typically just get Lucky Boy. Have you had Lucky Boy in Pasadena?
I haven't.
Holy cow, dude.
Well, okay, you're making my Saturday plans for me now, Ross.
Yeah. Let's go on a date after, too. I know an Italian place called Tarantino's. You and me, buddy. We can record our post-game recap from Tarantino's. I know the owner. He can let us yap.
There we go.
I'm actually going to do my best to get Lot H, because I want to see what ever since UCLA Athletics took my idea, which I'm glad they did. I'm not saying I'm upset about it, but for the record, they did take my idea of moving Brew and Walk further down Lot H and cutting through the tailgates and not taking the side fucking entrance and expecting people to just drop their belongings and go greet the team. That's terrible. So curious what that's all about. Dude, if you really think about it, if UCLA tried and had like real motivated creative leadership, that area, Lot H, could be such a damn party. I was at SoFi for the Chargers Broncos game last Sunday, so like 8 days ago. And just like they have a DJ in the middle of Thunder Alley is what they call it. They brand it Thunder Alley. Sounds cool.
I was going to ask if it's Boulevard.
No, but Bruin Boulevard, I think, is just such a no-brainer. They got big-ass signs, none of which cost money. How much do they pay the DJ? They're the guy $500.
Yep.
If anything,
great exposure for him.
He could pay you so he could put his little handle on his laptop and whatnot. But also, Dave Woods made a great point on Twitter that I retweeted. Why are students having to pay $50 for guest passes? The students should all be free. Den pass or not, all be free at this point. Like, waive the den pass at this point, and then you all get a free guest pass.
If you're 18 to 22 years old and you show up to the Rose Bowl wearing a UCLA gear, you should be just let in for free.
Yeah, but you know what that would require? It would require some humility and self-reflection, and a moment of humbling. And that's just, it's never happened at the Morgan Center, and I don't see it happening anytime soon, because to them, the UCLA brand is still this powerful, strong, relevant four-letter brand that just kind of permeates American society. I think year by year, that brand, I'm not saying it's still not global and big and a thing, but this season's done some serious damage to it. We are a laughing stock right now, and this season is going to be remembered for a long, assuming we go 0-12, the UCLA brand for people that care about college football, and there's a lot of people that care about college football, that's going to be affiliated with UCLA, especially young, impressionable fans that haven't really been around a long time. That's the 0-12 team. And they probably don't even know that UCLA is a school yet. That's how they're growing up and getting to know UCLA is just the team that won 0 games and has no fans.
And Indiana is the powerhouse of the Big Ten.
Yeah. Score prediction, I guess?
Yeah, sure. Let's give it, because I think around halfway through the third quarter, the Penn State Nittany Lions will put in their backups. I think it's going to be 51-3.
Wait.
I'm saying we get one field goal and they get...
You intro that, but they're going to rest their starters midway through the third, so I can see this one actually ending up 51-3. What was it going to be?
If they played it throughout, 55 to 0. Safety.
I'm going to go like 41-10.
Sure.
Yeah. I think 41-10. I think, they let off the gas in the second half. They're thinking about the rest of the season. So why play them against UCLA when it's an ass kicking? So I see a really big halftime deficit, and things lightening up a bit, 41-10, Penn State covers, and I make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, if you made it this far on the podcast, thank you, as always, especially in times like these, for continuing to tune in and show us some support. We'll be back probably next Tuesday with a new episode, recapping Penn State, previewing. That's going to be Maryland?
That's going to be Michigan State, man.
Oh, you're right, at Michigan State. Okay. Can't promise a long episode on that one either. But actually, maybe. If that plane flies and there's some noise, you can expect a full SBS podcast episode coming at you next Tuesday. But until then, be well. Best of luck this Saturday watching this team. And go Bruins!